Well, Paul and I have been sitting here talking for about 20 minutes, 25 minutes, maybe 30 minutes, and I never realized that I never hit the start streaming. Um, so we're gonna start this over again. Our little usual ceremony where we start, that's already been taken, so that's gone down.
Ball go down the hole.
So we'll do that right there. Welcome into Cash and Tickets. This is Rivalry Week coming at you this week. That's the third. At least I got it 3 times in a row.
Right.
I'm trying not to say that again. We'll get you these locks for this weekend, for the big weekend. All these teams traveling to their big rivalries and see if they can't get it done, see if they can't get some upsets. We did just do like a 20-minute diatribe on the college football playoff and who deserve if any team deserves to get in. That's that on the outside looking in, even if there's losses in front of them. But you know what? We're not going to dive back into that because maybe that was just for you and I. Maybe we didn't want anybody else to hear that. Maybe that's what
Probably
that
a good
was.
thing. Well, I mean,
So
it's, maybe I mean it's really nothing to talk about till they actually announce it.
that's true.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
I
mean,
mean,
what is there? We'll see what happens in this week.
we don't know shit right now.
So let's go over our wins and losses last week. We've already done it once, but we'll do it actual live this time now that we are recording. There we go. We'll pull this up. I had a 4-6 week, Paul. I got the 6 losses. Michigan State, ECU, North Texas, and Wazoo were just pretty bad picks. Wazoo loses outright as an 11.5-point favorite. ECU, North Texas did get 68 points on the board, but I needed 73 points. Michigan State only wins by 7. Ohio State scores in the last minute to hit 53 points. Thanks a lot, Ohio State. Could have just taken a knee. He had that game in hand. Smooth misses an extra point, a 2-point conversion, and a field goal to end up on 33 points. Any of that extra, the 2-point conversion or the field goal, and I get the team total over, but did not get it. A&M was up 3 with under a minute to play. Auburn kicks a field goal to tie that, send it to overtime. Auburn wins outright in overtime. Western Kentucky Liberty, one of the wins, easily cover. Arizona State, no problem. Army Notre Dame sailed over, and Charlotte FAU also sailed over for the 4 wins. Paul's got a lot more green on his side of the board. 6-2 for you this past week, Paul.
Yeah, the 2 teams I care about the most let me down: Army and San Jose State. Barely got the 34.5 out of I think Arkansas. The rest of them did about like we thought they would do, but like I said, I don't want to go back over it.
Yeah, all over all that. Yeah, all of those are it's smooth, easy. Tampa Bay easy. Duke wins outright, like you had. Then 3 overs. The two team totals. Arkansas squeaks it out at 35. So all good wins there. So our records standing through these 13 weeks of college football. PJ's at 52, 47-1. Gets back up over 500 after the big week. I sit at 51, 58-4 after another 4-6 week. And together as a team, poolside bets is 102, 104-4. So this week we can just accumulatively go 2 games over 500 as a team. We'll sit at 500, which would be pretty good.
Well, I didn't shy away from it.
I did not either. So we tried to get back after it again. So like I mentioned, it's last weekend of the regular college football season. Everybody's playing their 12th game. And I think, or does Army Navy save one? Is that their 12th game that they play after Army will play in the conference title game, which is so crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But they will get to that at some point, and that'll be a fun watch. One day we're going to get to that game, Paul.
Yeah, I plan on it.
We got to get there to see the big matchup. So there you go. You see the records. You see the win and loss for last week. So we'll get that off the screen. And we'll move on to week 14. We got plenty of locks coming for you. Anything? Any matchup catch your eye for this weekend, Paul?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what picks you got out, but through me and you, I'm pretty sure we got all these games covered in our handicap.
We got plenty of them out there.
The Memphis Tulane game tonight is going to be very, very interesting.
Isn't it tomorrow night?
I've been thinking all day today. Today's Thursday. Anyways,
Turkey Day night.
my bad.
It's all good.
Tomorrow night. Let's see. The Michigan Ohio State game, which is normally the game, doesn't mean a hill of beans to nothing.
No.
South Carolina Clemson, maybe the biggest game on the schedule. Some of these games, Auburn, Alabama, I mean, it's just ho hum. Texas A&M is going to be okay. I don't know what A&M is going to be able to do with them. It's a good thing that thing's at home.
Yeah, that's right.
K-State, Iowa State play for the Big 12 title pretty much, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. What you think?
Yeah, I was wondering. I know Colorado had their fate in their own hands, and then of course they lost last week to Kansas, so they dropped another Big 12 game. I think if Iowa State wins this game, they're in. I guess they beat Kansas State. They're in the Big 12 championship.
Yeah, they'll be 10-2, 7-2 in the Big 12. I hate to see a way they miss it.
Now BYU is 6-2 in the Big 12. Iowa State's 6-2 in the Big 12, and the only other team. So it may come down to
It's Arizona State, BYU, Iowa State, and Colorado all are 6-2.
Oh, then yeah, and Arizona State and Colorado, bunch of 6-2 teams.
Oh.
So I don't know what what all the tiebreakers are there and how that'll work out if they all win.
It's like the SEC. Nobody wants to go, so they're like, everybody's backing up. Like, take a step forward if you want to play in the SEC tournament. And everybody steps back and just leaves two people up there. The old cartoon.
So we'll see what happens in the Big 12 and who gets in. So I guess we'll just get started. We probably touched on a good many of these games. If we didn't, I started to just keep adding to my list, but I decided to just stop at some point.
Why not?
You just got to stop, right? So we'll just dive right into it. I actually start on Friday at 11 o'clock on Friday. The Minnesota Golden Gophers take on the Wisconsin Badgers. Now, on a neutral site, this game will probably have Minnesota favored by a point or a point and a half. And Wisconsin is coming off 4 straight losses and fired one Phil Longo, an offensive coordinator.
Boo.
The total suggests a very low-scoring game here, and I think the Gophers, in my opinion, are the better team. And I like QB Brosmer for the Gophers much better than I do Locke for the Badgers. There'll be a lot of running into each other here, and I think the Gophers are going to try to control this on the ground. So I'm going to take what I think's the better team. I'll take Gophers +2 against the Badgers.
They should be a better team. I don't know. I see the coach for Wisconsin's on the hot seat, but I mean, who else better are they going to find?
Oh yeah, Luke Fickell.
Yeah, Fickell. Guy's fickle. All right. My week's going to start on Thursday night at 6:30. Memphis at Tulane. I'm going to take the Memphis team total over 20.5. It's probably the lowest total you'll ever see with this Tigers football team. They've been good to me in the last 2 years betting this team total. Only 4 times this year has Tulane played what I call a big boy offense. I'm calling early Oklahoma a big boy offense. I know what they look like late. They played Kansas State. They gave up 34. They played Oklahoma early, gave up 34. They played North Texas, gave up 37. Played Lafayette, gave up 33. So Memphis is another big boy offense. It's not these Temple and Rice and whatever else they beat the hell out of to get to the record they got at. And if you're trying to use the Navy game, they shut out Navy. Horvath didn't play about 3 plays.
That's right. He didn't play much.
Don't use that as a capping tool for this. I don't see them shutting out Memphis. I think Memphis is probably going to get in the 30s here. Like I said, the bet's been getting to me, and I think the line's too low. Memphis team total 20.5.
This is another one I almost added. I almost added Memphis Tulane over, just because they don't play a whole lot of defense in that conference. No D in the ACC, right? ACC. There's not a. Anyway, I digress.
AAC.
AAC. That's right. American Athletic Conference.
Aaron.
Yeah, that's right. I like that pick. I think it's going to be a close game. I wouldn't hate taking Memphis plus the points, the over in the game, and I like the Memphis team total over as well, but I did not put that on there. And here's one. My next one is, I believe it's another Friday game, and I added it to my write-up, but I forgot to reprint it after I'd added it. But I didn't have a whole lot to say here. The Ohio Bobcats play. See if I can give you a time on that. I know it's a Friday game.
Play at 11. They play Ball State at home.
Yeah, Ball State comes into Ohio on Senior Day. Ball State is 3-8 on the other end bad. They give up points after points after points. Ohio has a chance to win the MAC. They're sitting at 6-1 in the MAC, 8-3. They could secure their 9th win here on Senior Day. And I don't think Ball State cares about even being there. They just want this season to end. So I'll lay it with the Bobcats. Give me the Ohio Bobcats minus 14.5.
You got them at 14.5.
It's probably moved. There's probably been some movement on that.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna get a Friday night.
Yeah, it's moved up 2 points, but I'll still lay it. I'll lay it with Ohio at 16.5.
I shouldn't have said nothing.
It's all good.
I have broken the code. Sorry.
It's all good.
I did bad.
No, absolutely not.
Friday at 6:30 on NBC. Nebraska at Iowa. I'm going to go over 39.5 here. Iowa is 9-2 to the over on the season. This thing still ain't 40 for a total. They still disrespect the spread at Iowa. Dana Holgerson takes over the play calling duties for the Nebraska Huskers. Which Dana, he might not be a good head coach, but I promise you, he can dial it up. Two rights make a right here. Nebraska scored 44 in Holgerson's debut. Great value at 39.5. And let's give the kids at the hospital a show. Let's give them a shootout to watch.
Yeah, let them have something.
None of that 3 yards in a cloud of dust.
Who wants to watch that all day? That's right.
Nobody want that to be your last football game.
No. Let's see some touchdowns. It's hard to cheer for defense all day on both sides. Somebody needs to score. I'm with you. Yeah, give them something to shout about. I'll move to Saturday. Tennessee visits Vanderbilt, 11 a.m. Saturday. The Volunteers have gotten back into playoff contention with some key losses by teams in front of them last week. They have everything still to play for. The doors have been leaky as of late, but it's still been very competitive. I just think the defense for Tennessee is going to be too much for the doors to handle. The Volunteers will pull away late as they punch their ticket. So I'm going to take the Volunteers here. I'm going to lay it against my boy Pavia. And maybe by doing this, I can get Tennessee to get their third loss. I mean, maybe I'm trying to help the Rebels here. Is take the, bet a team that I think's gonna. And then the way my picks have been going lately, maybe I'm the right guy to get the Rebels home. I'll just take all the teams that we need to lose for them to win or cover. Maybe they'll lose outright.
I've sat here for 14 weeks.
Yeah, listen to me talk about
the fighting Pavias.
Yeah, the Diego-built Commodores.
With the season on the line. You turned your back.
Yeah, they're already bowl eligible. Pavia he said that this is a liver. He's treating this game like he would the New Mexico State game, but he's been in Vanderbilt for not even a year now. He's been in Knoxville. I'm not Knoxville, but
Tennessee defense is a different animal too. So
yeah, and Nashville. That's the city I'm trying to think of. So anyway, he's not been there long. I don't know that he's really going to be that dialed in as he says he is, and he's hobbled. He's not fully healthy. So yeah, I'll take the Volunteers.
Yeah, I don't blame you. All right, so the next. Every game you're going to hear past this point, except for NFL, is going to be on Saturday. And, of course, NFL games are going to be on Thursday. So I'm not going to say the day. I'll tell you the time. We're going to go Duke -4 at Wake Forest, 11 o'clock on ACC Network. Duke continues to get disrespected, in my opinion. They're 7-3 against the spread. They're a better team with better coaches. Line should be at least 7. Duke should be able to score at will against this Wake Forest defense. And I know Duke, number-wise, doesn't light up the scoreboard. But, once again, they played everything. They played tough. They played up. There's no reason why they can't just beat the shit out of Wake Forest.
I was quite skeptic early on for the Blue Devils when they hired Manny Diaz as a coach. I could not have been more wrong. The defense has kept them in every game. The Texas transfer, Malik Murphy, has had a decent season for Duke. The Blue Devils will not be surprised by that slow mesh offense that the Wake Forest runs. That defense will be dialed in. Great season for the Blue Devils. I also have the Blue Devils on my ticket. Duke -4.
I'm going to look at your stuff real quick.
That's the only one we got the same.
Okay.
So I just left it on there. I was like, you know what? It's no reason to take it all.
All right, I'm not in chronological order anymore. I'm just swinging it.
Just
swinging
going
shillelagh.
around. Here we go.
All right, I'm going Georgia Tech plus 19.5 at Georgia, 6:30 on ABC. 100% plan on Haynes King playing. If he does, Georgia Tech's a different football team. Georgia Tech has 8 outright wins as a double-digit underdog since 2019. I'm not saying they're going to win, but they can keep it close. This one means more to Georgia Tech. Georgia has struggled at times this year. I don't know. They sometimes just like they're going through the motion. Carson Beck doesn't seem to be the game changer we all thought he might be, being 3-8 against the spread this year. Haynes King is the difference here. If he's not healthy and he can't play, I'm going to turn it off and hope for the best. But I'm betting on him playing.
Yeah.
So Georgia Tech plus 19.5.
That's another one. Maybe we can get Georgia that third loss.
Yeah.
I mean, we can jump over. We get Tennessee a third loss, get Georgia a third loss, get Bama a third. I mean, just like we got like a 6% chance to get the Rebels into the playoff. Something crazier thing. Anyway, yeah, I don't hate it. I mean, what does Georgia have any incentive to just run it up on Georgia Tech? And I know I saw a score last week, 21-14. Georgia was only up against UMass of all teams. So yeah, I like, and like I said, it all depends on the health of Haynes King for sure. My next pick, I'm going to the state of Kentucky. Louisville's been up and down this season, but there's been a lot of up and down for Kentucky. I mean, a lot of down for Kentucky as of late. Their only win in their last 5 coming against the Racers of Murray State.
Well, they won their Super Bowl.
To beat Murray State? Yeah.
That's one of them.
Kentucky has tried all it could on defense, but their poor offense has kept the defense on the field for way too long in all of these games. I see this game heading down the same path. Tyler Shuck will make enough plays here for the Cardinals, and we'll pull away late from a tired Wildcat defense. I know they've made a change at QB. I'm not worried about it. So give me the Louisville Cardinals -4.
Louisville Cardinals.
And they are the Cardinals. Stanford is the one Cardinal.
That's so stupid.
Just like Tulsa's the Golden Hurricane.
That's even dumber. All right, I'll be up next. The next 2 picks, I'm going to use the same stat line here. Me and Franklin talked about it earlier today, I believe.
Yesterday.
You know,
Well, your days are running together.
I'm a day ahead or something. Something weird's going on. All right, so I'm going to start with North Texas -11 at Temple, 11 a.m. on ESPN Plus. North Texas has been good to me on team totals. They scored a lot of points. I think Temple will be able to catch up. The stat line we're using here is 5-win teams needing one more victory to become bowl eligible since 1990. Teams with exactly 5 wins who face a team in the regular season in Week 14 or later who have 4 wins or less. 78-25 straight up, 62-40 ATS. Too much offense here. Give me the mean green and a blowout.
Okay. Well, that fits your criteria. And there were only 2 games that fit that criteria.
And I'm on both of them.
A 5-win team playing a team that's 4 wins or less.
In Week 14 or later.
In Week 14 or later. Yeah. We scrolled all up and down yesterday trying to find. And we only found 2. And Paul's on both of them. So go get them, Paul.
We'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens. Kansas Jayhawks take on the Baylor Bears on Saturday. I thought Baylor would be bad, and I loved Kansas coming into this season for the Big 12. I was wrong on both accounts. Baylor's 7-4 on the season, riding a 5-game win streak. And Kansas has finally found their form and won 3 straight. In all 3, they were underdogs. This week, Kansas is a favorite, of course. On the road, of all things. Anyway, Baylor can put up points with the best of them. Kansas and Jalen Daniels will need to keep up. I think I kind of like the Baylor Bears here, but I think we get a good old-fashioned Big 12 shootout. Give me the over in the Kansas-Baylor game, over 61.5.
Sounds like a shootout. Kansas is playing a lot better too. I was waiting on them all year.
They are. The offense finally rounded into form, but that Baylor offense has been dynamic the last 6-7 weeks of the season. They can really put up the points, which means Kansas is going to have to match because I don't think they're just going to be able to stop Baylor. So I think both teams getting 30s here, and I think we get an easy cover on this over.
I like it. All right. So the next game's going to see stat above about the week 14 or later. Blah blah blah. New Mexico -2.5 at Hawaii. It's going to be 10 o'clock on Spectrum Sports, which
Spectrum Sports. Oh my God.
Somewhere past Jefferson Pilot. Huh? I don't know where you're going to find that.
Oh my God.
Bronco Mendenhall has the Lobos running around over and through teams. They score at will. Hawaii's defense has been durable this year, but I'm going to take the better offense, trying to get bowl eligible here at -2.5. Give me New Mexico -2.5.
And this fit the criteria you mentioned earlier, right?
Yeah,
you said that right.
C stat above.
C stat above. Okay, I got you. I got to go back. I got to back up to a pick I had on the board. I totally forgot. I skipped over it. After I got to Duke, I only went back. Well, anyway, doesn't matter. They play on Saturday, 11 a.m. Illinois Fighting Illini travel to take on the Northwestern
Altmyers.
Wildcats. What a great season for Luke Altmyer and the Fighting Illini.
Go get them, kid.
They got a chance here to get 9 wins on the season in a game against Northwestern, so it sets up perfectly for them. The Wildcats would not have covered this line but once in their last 5 games, and that game was against the lowly Purdue Boilermakers, and they had to go to overtime even to get that dub. So it's going to be way too much for the Wildcats here. Illini all over the Wildcats. Give me Illinois -7.5.
Yeah, it ain't been long ago where I was pulling for Altmyer to win that quarterback battle.
Yeah. I think it's been good for everybody. Luke found a spot, worked for him. Dart's been great for the Rebels.
They did, yeah.
Everybody moved on.
Everybody moved on, moved up, moved over. Wait, do it again.
Shit.
Do it again. Da-da.
There it is. Got it. Well done.
Production is key.
We're working on it.
Well, the good thing is we're not in any hurry.
No, that's right. Oh, God.
Okay. All right. So I'm at Notre Dame at USC, 2:30 p.m. CBS television channel. Give me over 51.5 here. Game sold over the last 2 years, way over this number. Notre Dame's going to do their part. I just need a little help from USC, and they're at home, so I look for them to be able to sling it around a little bit, get Notre Dame's defense on their heels a little bit. Trojans will give Irish all they want. Rivalry game. Ooh, I did it.
Mm-hmm.
Look
you
for
threw it in there. Well done.
Yeah, right in the shootout hole we go. Give me over 51.5. Notre Dame at USC.
You know, I thought that's where you wanted to go, but when you sent it to me on the phone, it said under. Or maybe I just looked at it wrong. So I'm going to change that. It is over. You do want the over here, don't you?
Right.
Because I thought about taking Notre Dame's team total because they've gone over 30 in like the last 87 games. I don't know. I may have just looked at it wrong.
Oh, the next one's under. I probably went under.
Maybe I just looked at it wrong. So yeah, so now I feel better about that. What you put on there now, because I was going to add Notre Dame's team total over.
What is it?
It's 30. It's like 30, and I love that.
They'll go over that.
That's what I'm saying. They've been going over 30. Hell, they're averaging damn near 40 points in their last.
Well, USC ain't gonna stop nobody.
Take a look, see what their team total over. I might add it.
What did I say? 230.
I think so.
230. Play them some snazzy.
You want me to play some music? Why don't we?
That's some elevator
You know why you look that up? I'm
30
just
and a half.
30 and a half. Yeah, I'm gonna add it to my ticket.
Do it. Do it live. Well, I mean, it's the last game of the year. Nobody will know till next year unless we do
That's right.
We'll do a closeout. You want to do a closeout show? Eventually.
Yeah. What are we gonna talk about?
Talk about a record. What went right? What went wrong?
What went wrong? Yeah. All
what
the
we
time.
learned.
What we learned. When we learned it.
How we gonna progress it to next year?
Yeah, that's right.
What we learned about the equipment. How about hitting the
How
streaming button?
about hit the stream
How about
button
turn
before
the
you
sound
start?
on?
Turn the sound. Don't turn the sound off during the show. How
Turn
about
the
that?
sound on, turn the light down.
Yeah, I mean, for God's sakes.
Talk up, talk down, quit cussing.
We've had some stuff. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right.
Sorry,
So
my
we're
bad.
back. My next pick. Where are we at here? Miami, Syracuse, 2:30 p.m.
Well, I like this game.
Miami has everything to play for, and the Qs look to play spoiler in this game. Miami's played with fire all year long, but continue to find ways to win. Kyle McCord's been great for the Qs after coming over from Ohio State, where he just got sent to the curb, really, as they went and got Will Howard. He'll need to be everything he's been all year and more this Saturday. The Canes' defense has been porous all season, so the Qs should have chances. Now, can they contain Cam Ward enough? I don't know. There should be fireworks all afternoon. I originally had this game a different way because I wrote it up. Here's what I wrote. I like the Qs to keep it close and put a scare into the Canes. But I'm not going to go that way. You know what? Miami has found a way to get these games covered late. I think it will be close headed into the fourth quarter, maybe halfway through the fourth quarter, and then you turn the game back on. Miami would have won by 20 points. So I'm going to lay it with the Canes here.
Mm-hmm.
And here's another one of those picks, Paul. Like I mentioned, the Tennessee. Take Miami. Be great to have Miami lose. I've been bad luck for some teams, so I'll take Miami minus 11.
So Miami's 7-0 straight up and 6-1 ATS and being a double-digit favorite this year.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's right. I mean, that's what they've done all year. They get it done late.
what was the stat I had on something that don't even matter that I wanted to call out, but I'll see if I can get to it here in a little
The
bit.
over-under in that game is probably the way to go, honestly.
Yeah.
I think it's 67 is the total in that game. 67 and a half, somewhere around there.
This was on Alabama or some shit. I'll see if I can figure it out here in a minute. All right, I'm up.
You're up.
6:30 on the ABC flagship network. Right there
No,
on the
that's not-
channel 24? 24 hole. Here locally.
Oh, locally. I was like,
Yeah.
no. On YouTube TV, it's just on YouTube TV. Or
Yeah, it's
I don't know, it's on Dish or Direct or no idea.
very strange group.
Just
that
Google it.
YouTube. Yeah, Google. Or search for it. Texas at Texas A&M. The rivalry is back. I did it again.
You got it. Oh, my. You're just killing that word.
Under 48.5 we're going here. Both defenses will be fired up for this one. Texas defense may be the second best defense in the country behind the Rebels.
Well done. We finally have a great defense, and
can't get
I
it
just
done.
don't want to talk. I'm still not over it.
Everything's on the line for these two teams. I look for the play calling to be watered down because they don't want to make the big mistake that blows this thing open. Marcel Reese has played better, but he's still a little bit one-dimensional. Texas will be able to slow him down. I love seeing this game played again. Tensions will be high. The 12th man will be 12th manning. So give me the under 48.5 Texas A&M.
Oh, yeah? Paul, I just got a text from a lovely lady that lives out in Texas. She's been good to me my entire life, and some would refer to her as my mother. And so she's had to be nice to me. She just sent a picture of her either phone or computer. She's currently watching Cash and Tickets live.
Hey, Mom.
Because she enjoys to listen to us. Hey, Mom, how you doing?
Get
Little shout out to the CC there.
out there getting her bets in Texas.
Yeah, ready to get it. I'm sure you can bet online in Texas, can't
Yeah,
you?
right there in
I'm
the
sure you
heart
can.
of America.
Not here.
We're in
Not
the
in-
butthole of America.
So
Even swampy.
So quick shout out to Mom there. Think at least somebody's watching. We appreciate it. We appreciate all watchers.
Is the sound on?
Who knows? Yeah, right.
All right.
Oh my God. So it's time for me to give another one, huh?
Yeah. Send it.
Marshall, James Madison, 7 p.m. on Saturday. The Thundering Herd have been rolling as of late with 5 straight wins. Wins Saturday punches their ticket into the Sun Belt title game. And I don't know how tiebreakers work, so they have to win this game because if Georgia Southern wins their game, they would both have the same record in their division, East or West, whichever they are in the Sun Belt. So, a win here will have them just a one loss in their side, so they will punch their ticket with a win. The Dukes of James Madison are standing in their way. Very even matchup, but the Herd are on the road, which doesn't help. But James Madison is out of the conference race. Look to play spoilers. Marshall will try to keep this game on the ground and run the clock all day, keeping the ball out of one Mr. Barnett's hands, the quarterback, the James Madison Dukes. I like Marshall in the upset here, and I'll take the points. Give me Marshall plus 3.5. Just think they can keep it on the ground long enough, keep Barnett off the field. James Madison has been kind of schizophrenic all year. They have one big game, then they lose to somebody they shouldn't be losing to.
Yeah, Marshall's been good against the spread. Hell, they lost that week. You bet on them.
James Madison, yeah.
Yeah, I did. They bet. Hell, they lost the worst. Did they lose like Kent State or somebody?
It was Georgia State or Georgia Southern
somebody
or something.
Shitty.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
All right, my final bet of the weekend, I'm going to give out a Thanksgiving Day parlay.
Turkey Day parlay, as I put it on our thing. Thanksgiving was too many letters, so I turned it into Turkey Day parlay for you. How about that?
Look at that, right in the nifty hole.
Yeah.
All right, the Packers host. Hold on a minute, I forgot. There you go. The Dolphins. Give me the Packers at home. Better team, better athletes, better coaching. Tua's back with the Dolphins. He has got them kind of rolling a little bit. I get that, but the Packers are too strong at home. Give me the over 48.5 Bears lines. Bears fire their offensive coordinator. New guy seems to give them a little bit of life. Got Caleb Williams kind of slaying a little bit more loosely. The Lions can probably cover this on their own if they want.
They can really get it done.
A lot of points on Turkey Day. And then the under 61.5 to Egg Bowl. The Ole Miss defense is the Ole Miss defense. They should be fired up for this one, I hope. Let's get a shutout.
There's some homegrown talent on that, and I understand that the vibes in Oxford are bad. I get it. Why wouldn't they be? They're devastated.
They'll finish.
Hell, they had that Dart was crying on the field. I don't blame him. We were crying at the pool house. I mean, it was just it was a tough day against Florida, but I don't think that just means they come home and lay a fucking egg in the Egg Bowl.
Even if it's one of those games where it's like the offense still can't get going.
The defense is going to have some pride.
Traditionally, these two, and I know State's defense hadn't stopped nobody all year, so I get it. But in this game, it seems like points are at a premium. So I'm going to go under 61.5. Those three teams together, Packers minus 175 on the money line, Bears lines over 48.5, State, Ole Miss under 61.5, parlay together to give you plus 473 at Caesars.
There you go, plus 473. Like it.
Yeah.
All right, I got two more picks to give to you. What a job by Jim Mora Jr. up there in the UConn Huskies.
Got them rolling.
That football program. They've done a great. A win Saturday would be their 8th win, Paul.
He's been
8th win.
He's been using some of that basketball money.
And who awaits them? Who stands in their way of this win number 8?
The Minuteman.
The Minutemen of UMass. You kidding me? This sets up perfectly for UConn. Look, they have a very balanced team on offense, and UMass is very bad everywhere on defense, especially in the run game. The team total for the Huskies is only set at 30. Feels like I'm getting a 5-point edge here. I thought this thing would have been at 34.5 or 35.5. So I'm not just going to lay it with UConn here. I just think they score a whole bunch of points. So give me the UConn Huskies team total over 30.5.
I don't hate it. Let's go. What do we got? How many picks?
I don't know that UMass has held anybody under 30 all year.
So you got 12 picks?
I got one more.
How many picks I got? 10?
You had 9, I think. I think I got 11. You got 1,
That's 20.
2, 3, 4,
So we're gonna
5,
go
6, 7, 8. You got 9 picks, including the parlay. So I've got 11.
So we're gonna go 21-0.
Need it.
Do
really?
it.
If we could get, let's see, how many is it? So it's 11 and 9, so it's 20 picks, right?
Right.
So I don't know how we go 21-0 if it's.
I'm the math guy. Just listen.
Yeah, 11 and 9 is 20. Paul. So I just want to make sure I had
I thought
11.
you had 12 picks.
No, I got 11.
Oh, the one holes where
one is a-
Frankie
yeah,
J.
yeah,
I was
yeah.
looking at the bottom.
Yeah.
Stupid math. It's not my fault. You can't. You start with
we're
0.
We're gonna go 20-0, but we'll take, I don't know, 15-5. That'll put poolside bets over 500.
Let's finish this thing, man.
All right, one more pick for me that I just added on the fly because I didn't want to kind of go against Paul here. I thought he had the under in the Notre Dame USC game. Notre Dame is going over that offense has been absolutely rolling once Riley Leonard stayed healthy. He got more control over that offense, and they've become very balanced, and he can get it done on the ground, and that team can really play some defense. It's a big matchup with USC. It always is every year, but I think you're going to see plenty of points. And if Paul gets the over, I should get the team total over. So I'm taking Notre Dame team total over. And again, I would have thought their team total would have been 34.5 or more. So I'll easily lay it the team total over 30.5.
Yeah, it's weird they set those things at 34.5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you got to have the, 5 touchdowns, get 35 points.
All right, so there is if you're looking to play the Alabama-Auburn game, I don't have the numbers in front of me. I'm just going to tell you what it is. So there's a stat out there that teams that hold Alabama's quarterback Jalen Monroe to under, I think it's 40 yards rushing, Alabama's lost every one of those games. So if you want to live bet that thing and they can't get him going outside the pocket or up the middle, and Auburn seems to be stuffing him and it's close, watch out.
Here's what we'll do, Paul. So we didn't touch on some of these games, and so we'll go through them. Betting the Iron Bowl, Cam Coleman for the Auburn Tigers has really gotten going, freshman wide receiver. And I mean, they just put up 43 points on A&M, and Alabama got crushed by Oklahoma. It's just and this game always gets crazy. I'd take the Auburn team total over 20.5. Their team total's at 20.5. I'd take that all day.
Yeah, I don't. You know, I kind of liked them last week, and like I said, this mother flipping freeze for some reason. He ain't gonna beat the one you want to invite your friends to, and you know you're gonna win. You're gonna watch.
He won't win that game.
He's gonna ruin your damn day.
And it hurt me last week. Remember, I went against that whole thing. I just thought they were going to have A&M just could not play. I mean, they had that game covered for me, and then God.
But if you're worried about Auburn, you're scared to watch the game. You're like, I'm not even gonna watch that shit.
They'll win.
They'll fucking win.
Yeah.
They sorry sons of.
So a game we didn't mention. We hadn't. Neither one of us got a pick on. I don't know why, because Arizona State. At Arizona, I get it. It's a big matchup. It's in Arizona. The line is only 8.5 here for the Sun Devils.
I'm not touching that.
Why? Just tell me what you think Fafita can. McMillan can get it going.
I haven't played any Arizona games this year, and I know what's been going on. But also,
Arizona State's rolling.
I also know with McMillan and Fafita, there's always a chip in a chair. Yeah. There's a one-punch thing going on there, and
Levitt's been great for Arizona. I would lean.
I get it.
If you're gonna, I would just add Arizona State money line into some 2 or 3 team parlay.
Okay, I'm not touching that.
They're not losing to the Wildcats.
Is that Arizona? Arizona is 2-9 ATS. Arizona State's 9-2 ATS. It just sets up like a big middle finger
to everybody.
That does. I mean, you got 78% of the money on the over. I don't know if I'd go there either. I mean, not with the money the way it is. You got everybody seeing the same shit. It's not going to work out.
Yeah, I stayed away from it. I couldn't.
That's another thing too. If you're,
I think Arizona State wins, but it may be they may have to kick a field goal late to win it. It may not cover the 8.5.
So the local casino we use doesn't have a traditional betting window, and we have kiosk. And a lot of times I hear guys at the kiosk asking everybody around them, "What you think about this? What you think about that?" So I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna give you some advice. If you're standing somewhere and you say, "What do you think about this game?" and you got 6 people there and 5 of them say something,
Go against
Go
them.
to one. Take the one because everybody's seeing the same shit, and it's not
Yeah.
good.
That's true. Arkansas at Missouri. Arkansas is going to be fired up for this game.
Yeah, I love this matchup.
I don't hate taking Arkansas here in this game. Take the 3 points and see what
Plus
what they can do.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same team. To me, I mean, they gave Pittman a little vote of confidence that they're not going to fire him. The nerd is still the nerd. Brady Cook makes that thing go there.
Yeah.
Luther Burden's last game probably. He's probably not going to play a bowl game.
No, absolutely not.
So yeah, I mean, I think it could be one of those games go to overtime. Would you say you like Arkansas?
I would lean Arkansas here in this game.
64% of the money on Missouri. I'm with you. I like the over also.
It's not a bad pick. Oklahoma LSU. Who wants it more, right? Who
Who has the better coach?
Oh man.
You want to put a chip on some of that?
K-State, Iowa State. We did not touch. It was a big game here for the Cyclones. They got to have it to have any chance to get into the Big 12. And I don't know, like I said, I don't know how the tiebreakers work, but to get in, they got to win.
Man, Rocco Breck versus.
So wasn't it 4 teams that could end up 7-2? It would be Iowa State, Colorado, BYU, and Arizona State.
Right.
And I don't know who controls their own distance.
And they may have some weird. The SEC has some weird ass rules for tiebreakers too.
Yeah, it's about your conference.
It's like
it's head to head, and then it's conference strength of schedule.
Yeah.
Some bullshit.
Yeah. How far are you walking distance from Birmingham, Alabama? Seems fair.
Yeah, it's been a short show. I was just trying to do a little. I mean, we don't usually get out of here this early. Well, the reason being because we forgot to hit start stream, and you missed all of our college football playoff stuff. But we had to reboot and start over.
Well, I kind of shortened mine too. I know we're kind of time crunched and all that. I don't know. North Carolina fires Mac Brown. Do they get up win one for the old Gipper? Both teams suck ass. Who cares?
Yeah, who cares?
You've already talked about Syracuse. All right, so what do you think about the Heisman? You think it's a lock?
For Travis Hunter?
Yeah.
Has to be, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
if you're going to
Ashton Jeanty is kind of Boise State's been piddling the last few games. Like they're kind of running out of gas. They haven't been just mowing people down, and he hasn't been getting all the big yards, which he had to do to win this thing. Hunter's done his part each and every game. I don't know what quarterback out there, unless you want to take Cam Ward, maybe, but he's been so. I mean, hell, he'll throw a pick any given moment.
Yeah. So
now, who else do you go to? What are the odds? Who we got up there?
No, it's -800. Travis Hunter. I mean, he's the best player in college football.
Well, yeah, I think so for sure.
And I get like you want to spread it around a little bit, but he is the best player in college football.
Who in the hell is that Georgia player? Is that a defensive player?
No, it's the backup quarterback, Jaden Rashada. He's probably not going to be on the roster next year.
Is that for next year?
No, it's 2024, man.
That says future betting odds.
Yeah, right there. Travis Hunter and Jeanty wouldn't be there because they're going to be gone. They know some shit. They know some shit.
So Jaden Rashad is going to win it this year before he takes a snap.
Yeah, without even
he's
throwing a
pass.
pass.
He's the Heisman.
But I mean, it's stupid. I don't know what that's about. I think they mean Carson Beck, but whatever.
Because Carson Beck's done well.
And they sound so much alike.
Yeah, it's spelled the same and everything, and look the same.
Yeah. Anyways, God. Jackson Dart's off the board.
Yeah, he hurt himself last week.
Boy, that was just you talk about a meltdown.
Wasn't it? I mean, who do you think was to blame? There was obviously he was looking in one spot and the wide receiver wasn't there. I mean, I don't know where the communication breakdown was.
I don't know what's the play call.
Yeah, I mean, he was thinking somebody was going to be there. We haven't seen him make that far off a throw.
Yeah, I got more questions. I'm like, you got to tell me what the play call was.
When you saw the dime he threw earlier to Trey Harris, drops it right in the bucket. He hits literally hits Juice Wells on a back shoulder throw that should have been a touchdown. Jordan Watkins drops a touchdown that was thrown perfectly. And then the last two possessions end in interceptions with nobody close. I don't know, man.
Like I said, I just want to know what the play call is because, one, we had time.
Yep, plenty of time.
So there's no need to take the shot there.
Mm-mm.
So I just want to know what the play call. It lands a lot on. There's some questions needs to be asked behind closed doors, in my opinion.
I think Charlie Weiss is going to have to talk for something. He's going to. I mean, hey, man.
And the way we've handled the running back room needs to be answered.
Oh
too.
my God, Kevin Smith needs some questions. We got questions. Why is Micah Davis getting the fucking football the entire game?
Yeah, why is Bentley not getting a?
He didn't get one touch.
He got one carry all year, and he ran for 74 yards and a touchdown. But yet, there's something going on that you won't talk about.
Well, in the game prior, Bentley and Dominique Thomas, in the Georgia game, Bentley and Dominique Thomas got all the reps at running back. Then we have a week off. We go to Florida, and Micah Davis is the number one running back who is a transfer wide receiver from Utah State.
Yeah,
I got questions, man.
No, and I'm not talking about players. I'm just there's.
No, I mean, like, why? Who's making this decision?
Yeah, Kiffin. That's who I'm like. You got to explain this to me. Doesn't make sense. And why are we running fucking JJ Pickens?
Why is he running on the outside?
Fucking tackle for trying to get half.
Run
yard.
between the tackles.
Put him in the push.
Yeah, I mean, it's.
Yeah, I have questions. I mean, everybody's jumping up and down trying to get Kiffin to their school and all this. I mean, if you saw that, you're like, wait a minute, this dude. I mean,
did he just trust the play? I mean, that's worked all year. JJ's worked, and he's never bounced it outside all year.
I don't know what.
I don't know why all of a sudden we're bouncing it outside.
Yeah, but so like it's kind of like if you know it works, the other team knows it works, so they know. Like they know. It's not that you're dealing with really good coaching staffs. You're not dealing with freaking.
Yeah, but it comes down to players, and they when we watched those plays and when they showed it back, the yard was there if he just follows up the right guard, or the left guard, either one. But he's breaking it outside off the right or left tackle, and there's nothing there.
Oh, man, there's we'll never get answers on all that, but they'll handle it internally. I know somebody should be getting fired over something.
Somebody's got to answer some questions.
Or demoted or something. I don't know what you got to do.
We'll see what the boy Austin Simmons got next year. It'll be a whole new roster next year. There's a lot of people leaving.
Yeah, well, it's what it is.
We'll have a lot less expectations next year, so anything we do well will be fun. Instead of this year, we just all the expectations this year, and it hurts more when you have expectations every time.
Yeah, it's all part of being an Ole Miss fan.
Any fan. Look at Florida State. I mean, there's Alabama. But what if you're an Alabama fan right now?
They're wanting to fire their coach, and they still got a shot to make the playoffs.
Right, I know. I mean, it's tough out there for everybody.
Chicanery.
So we'll see what happens. So thanks for joining us all year. We'll have more podcasts coming. We'll do something about the college football playoff. Maybe do some conference championship game look-ins next week, and maybe next week, Paul. We'll do a recap of what we done, how our records ended up, and what we were through the regular season.
Depends on how we do this week.
Maybe we'll just say, fuck it, we're not doing it. It's all bad. So we thank you for joining us all year. We'll be back hopefully next week to do a kind of a full season recap, where we went wrong, what went right, and thanks for joining again, and we appreciate everybody. Let's get out there Monday and let's cash some tickets. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.